Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is some strange red orbs out of Texas. Then I have 3 white orbs out of Ohio. Actually, and this is from 2014. Let's see, I got this video here that I've been looking for a long time, and now that I look at it again, I don't know, I think I feel differently about it, but it's this strange, I don't know if you can see it here, it's this strange object here that these divers encountered underwater in Bermuda. I have this other one here, and yeah, this one just recently came out, January 30th, it only has 44 views, but yeah, I'm looking at it, I don't know. Very, yeah, I'm 50-50 on this one. Take a look at that, though. Also have this video of Robert Bigelow, and he talks about some of the strange occurrences that happen at Skinwalker Ranch, and how, that some of the things that went on there followed not just him, but some of the other people that work there home with them, George Knapp calls them these hitchhikers, and he talks about that. So we'll take a listen to that. And then also have this video of the movie, Chariots of the Gods. And, this is the movie that started it for me. My dad took me to see this when I was a little kid. And, ever since then, I've been hooked. But it's interesting to, to watch it again from this perspective, though, as an adult, as opposed to, some of the things as a kid. But anyways, let's see. Also have this video here of the Ellora Caves. This is an amazing complex built into the side of a mountain. Carved out these rooms, giant rooms and things. And I think the date that they claimed it was made, I think it was made much longer. I don't think they have those dates correct. But let's see. Also have this document here that was, comes from the CIA document dump or UFO document dump, but it's a report of UFOs from 1958. Yeah, November 1958, so again, our government has been lying to us. They have been keeping an eye on these things for a very long time. The whole time they've been saying that they don't exist. Now we know they've been lying. So we'll take a look at that. And then last is this article from the Black Vault. This guy, John Greenwald Jr., he was sent, the Navy actually sent him a bunch of CIA documents. They sent it on a CD-ROM. And then I guess after he went through it, he came across, some other incidents. And then when he tried to get more information on those incidents, the Navy denied him any additional information. So they're definitely, still hiding something from us. So we'll take a look at that. Anyways, let me go to this first video here. Let me start this about right about here. Cibolo, Texas.
What is that?
I wonder if there was something else up here, or was that just a lens flare? Like right up here, is this something, or is this lens flare? And then it just goes off, but I cannot play these videos all the way through, or I get hit with copyright violations. So I can only play a brief section of it, but I'll always leave the link in the description so you can check out the whole thing yourself. Anyways, let me go on to this other video here. Yeah, look at this. This one, I'm not too sure if it's 3 separate orbs, or I think this is one object with 3 lights on it.
That is fucking nuts. Dude, there's people out over there too. What the fuck is this? Dude, that's insane. no noise either. Look, it's burning up.
Yeah, you know, he says they're burning up, but I think, you know, if these things were flares, I think we would see the smoke, you know, from the whatever's burning off. There's nothing burning off, and like this guy said, there's no noise. I'm sure if there were flares, we would also hear it. And again, and I think with the flares, you would see the parachute. You know, there's no parachute here. But again, you know, or I mean, you know, I mean, I can't rule out drones for something like this. But anyways, let me go on to this next video here. Yeah, this video, you know, when this first came out, I think it came out way before 2019. Because yeah, I think this must have been someone else because I'm sure it should have had more views than this. But anyways, when this first came out, I was convinced this was real. Wow, wait, let me go back to right when it appears. Yeah, this is one of those videos, you know, like when I first saw it, I was convinced this is real. This is something definitely authentic. But, you know, now that I look at it with I guess, a little more skepticism, I'm not so convinced. Yeah, and the reason why I'm not so convinced is because of the camera work. Actually, I think that if you were just a diver, you weren't expecting to film anything, and then something like this, you know, comes across your field of view, I just think that the movements would just be a little more herky-jerky, you know, a little more amateurish. This looks like some real good camera work. Like too good. Again, and you know, and that is my only criticism. And that object just, I don't know, kind of it is kind of CGI-ish. But I don't know, because like I said, you know, when I first saw this, I was convinced it was real. Now I'm not so convinced. But I don't know. I'll leave a link in the description. Yeah, this one, same thing. I'm 50-50 on this. This just came out January 30th. It only has 44 views. Let me go to the beginning here. Let me try to go full screen since this is another graduate of the Filmmaking School of Vertical Cinematography.
That's crazy. They look like fairies.
That doesn't look like a fairy. Where is it? Where did she get a fairy from? Yeah, you know, this looks like a soda bottle. Pop bottle floating, you know, like. But there is one section. There we go. Right. Let me go back to that. Let's look at 30 seconds. No, maybe at 29, where you see some trees with snow on it. Right there. Let me try that again. Right there. Yeah, you see this? I think that to me looks like treetops with snow on it. And, you know, this doesn't look like it's something layered into it, but this thing just looks like a floating, like a bottle of Chianti or something like that. I don't know. I'll leave a link in the description. Let's see. Okay, this is a Robert Bigelow interview. I watched this whole thing. Very, very interesting. And, you know, one thing I want to point out, that the things that he talks about, I mean, this guy is a billionaire who builds, I think, living quarters for NASA, for the space station or something like that. But, you know, he's not a crazy person. He's a multi-billionaire. Robert Bigelow just seems to be a very credible person. You know, I don't think you can be, you know, get to the point where you're a respected billionaire. You know what I mean? Like, he's never been characterized as being loony. So I think that when the things that he talks about, and also when it happened to the other people, I don't think these people would make stuff like this up. But anyways, listen to what he has to say here. Let me go back to right here.
Hitchhikers. Well, yeah, that, you know, so hitchhikers being that you take things home with you. Everybody took things home with them. I took things to my house. things happened to my wife and to me, different things. So everybody took things home. We all, we did, but we didn't know that, gee, it was like going to be kind of permanent. We didn't know that, that it's going to stay with you for maybe for years and years or the rest of your life, who knows. Um, but the ones that bothered me a lot were where anybody got hurt or really disturbed. And not that it happened on the ranch. It was when they left the ranch, as you say, hitchhikers, and these were government people, and it affected them.
Very
And
dramatic ways, though.
Very
Yeah,
dramatic.
yeah. Imagine that these are right. Yeah, these aren't like irrational people. So I would have to believe that whatever these guys are talking about, I believe them because there's just no reason for them to make up stories like this. I believe if Robert Bigelow and those other people say that these things happened to them, then I believe that it did happen to them. So this is a very interesting interview with George Knapp. I definitely suggest you check it out. Let me go on to this next video here. Yeah, now this is the video that, like I said, this was what started it all for me. My father took me to see this when I was a little kid. And ever since then, I've been a believer. And, yeah, this has been out since 1970. And this is why I still don't understand the whole disclosure thing. Because since the 1970s, I've been watching movies and television shows and documentaries about UFOs and UFO encounters. So I never understood, why they would have to be disclosure. But, at this point, with everything that we already know, that we've already accepted, I don't think anyone can at this point deny that, that there are UFOs in the sky. I think if they are going to disclose, why wouldn't it be that we're not alone on the planet? Because they've already told us for years that there's UFOs out there. So if they are going to make this great announcement, I think it's going to be that we're not alone on the planet. But anyways, let me let you listen to some of the things that are said on this video. Yeah, this video starts out talking about, I think they're called the cargo cults, about how, let's see, our military, let me go to about here.
When the war was over, they went home, and a very curious thing happened. The natives of these islands, isolated from the outside world, lived virtually in the Stone Age, until the Americans came and went. Very soon afterwards, the natives began making straw and bamboo fetishes resembling airplanes, crude landing surfaces on their islands to tempt the visitors back.
Now think about this. Like they said, this is an isolated island. This was during, I think, World War II, and they were still living like it's the Stone Age, right? And it's no different today. While we today are sending probes to Mars, we have probes at the edge of the solar system, there are still people like this that live right alongside with us, right? We consider ourselves an advanced civilization, but there are people like this that have no idea we are on this planet because they are literally still living as if it's the Stone Age. So if these people can live on a planet and not know of our existence, why wouldn't it be impossible for us to also live on this planet and not know of the existence of another species that's more advanced than we are? So anyways, this is a very interesting movie. It also gets into talking about let's see, right, this point here, it gets into talking about these cave paintings with, beings that look like astronauts.
A body that seems to be floating effortlessly in space. In space? The puzzle here is that our prehistoric artists represented the men and animals around them with great fidelity as to shape and proportion. Only these balloon-headed creatures seem to be disproportionate. Why? Could it be that the artists didn't see them clearly or long enough?
Yeah, so this, shows that, again, yeah, just like our pilots, right, flew over those cargo people, and then they made fetishes, as they called them, like airplanes and things out of straw. These people here had the same thing happen to them, where they saw beings or people flying in the sky, and then they drew them. This phenomenon has been happening for a very, very long time. But anyways, check out this movie. I'll leave a link in the description. Chariots of the Gods. It's very eye-opening. Let's see. This here, the mysterious ancient structure of lower caves. Yeah, they say that, it was built between the 6th and 10th centuries, but who could have built this even in the 6th and 10th century? Who had the skills and knowledge to build things like this?
Centuries. The caves 1 to 12 are made for Buddhism. These caves are decorated with striking sculptures and murals of Lord Buddha. Notable among the Buddhist caves is Cave 10, a Chitya worship hall for the Vishwakarma cave. The caves 13 to 29 are made for Hinduism, and these caves are completely filled with sculpture of gods and goddesses. After passing through the Hindu cave, there comes the Jain cave, built between 800 and 1000 AD.
Look at the detail in this. Okay, primitive people with primitive tools, even in the 6th and 10th century, right? They did not possess the tools and skills necessary to do this. Yeah, this thing was carved out of a cave. They built into the cave. And then another thing, I don't know if they mentioned it in this, but where is all the debris from? I don't know if they show you the size of these things. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, look at these. Look what they are, right? So someone had to carve all this stuff out. So where's all the debris that from the rock that was carved out? They've never been able to find that. So anyways, check this out at Lower Caves. Yeah, again, and what these guys are saying, built in the 10th. There's no way humans had the technology and the capability to build such intricate, precise structures even at that time. Let me go on to this next document here. Yeah, this document here is very interesting. It's about a UFO report that happened in 1958 in Montauk, New York. Reference the attached UFO report, 19 November 58, Montauk Air Force Base, New York. Request your evaluation by return endorsement. 1. Information is not sufficient to make an analysis. Range is not given. Elevation angle cannot be determined. Since this report is 6 years old, it is believed that any further analysis would be of little value. Let me go back down. Here it is, Commander. Let's see. Here it is, subject, unidentified flying object, dated February 1958, radar return high, vertical echo, physical size unknown, radar return 1/2 to 3/4 inches long, thickness of a dime. I think that means it's pretty big. 2, 1 hour separation between signals. So here in 1958, they have radar evidence that something was detected in our skies. And our government has been lying to us about these things since. Department of Air Force, Staff Message Division. Here, observe is scope operator whose duty is to monitor scope. 5,500 degrees, vertical and slightly horizontal climb to 77,000 feet at same range. Object climbed 3,000 to 3,500, I don't know, FPM means, feet per minute. descent at 4,000 feet per minute, was almost vertical with slight travel to east-south. Scope return faded. Wow. So yeah. So this is called evidence, folks. And yeah, if any people are still skeptical, this is evidence. Let me go on to this last article here. This is from the Black Vault, but this is from John Greenwald Jr. You know, he was sent. The Navy just sent him like a CD-ROM full of unclassified documents dealing with UFOs, and I think he apparently came across some and tried to get additional information. The United States Navy has just denied access to multiple UFO-related documents requested via the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. After months of processing, the Navy responded to 3 requests submitted by the Black Vault and stated that an untold number of records dealing with unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, were classified and could not be released to the general public. One of the records denied is a little-known background paper, which could very well be the key to deciphering the phenomenon and how it relates to the Navy. Yeah, I believe that they're going to have to tell us that there are beings that live in our oceans, and that's the big secret. I think that they don't want us to know. You know, the Navy has that sonar system that is killing whales and dolphins. And yeah, I don't believe that sonar is to try and find, Chinese or Russian submarines. I think that sonar was designed to track some of these submersible objects, the USOs that they've been encountering, and that's what they don't want us to know about. Or I guess until they think we're ready. Maybe that's going to be the big reveal, in that 180-day reveal. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I have more things like this. Take care.